Hello and warm welcome to Agric today on ARSN Television, Mabushi, Abuja, Nigeria. I am Khadija Oluwatoyin Amin. On today's episode of the program, we shall be taking a look at the final evaluation visit by our partners from France who are here in Nigeria to support the country as regards seed production. And the National Seed Council of Nigeria, who is going to be piloting this scheme, is here at the ministry today. The meeting here is for heads of agencies and parastatals that is under the Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security. Let's listen to what the meeting is about.
This is the manifesto of our president as he sought to become president. And the very first thing he said in the agricultural page is what I want to share. He says, plant the right seed, feed an entire nation. President is not just apt, it has nailed it, as you will say, which is what you are doing. A system to guarantee that the right seed can be provided to our farmers. So I thought I should share this because at the heart of what we do to support Mr. President's food security, of course, is the seed system. So we are totally serious about it, and absolutely, like you have said, it begins the process of any agri-system. And for that reason, if we are to guarantee our food security, it means farmers must and should have access to affordable quality seed at all times. And to achieve this is why this scheme is put in place, and Nigeria is more than happy to be part of this ecosystem. Obviously, the standard interest we're interested in high yield. Our current yield gap as a country is worrisome. We believe we can do better, and sometimes the challenges of not meeting the current high yield or meeting the yield capacity might be due to the fact that what is being planted, called seed, is not necessarily seed. So, but even where it is seed also, there are things that comes with it. The other aspect is that, of course, a good seed should be disease and pest resistant. And given the challenges of climate change and the need for nations to show resilience, it should be short duration to enable us maximize the little rain that becomes available, but also to be drought tolerant, because I think over the past 2 years or so, we have always had drought, some dry spell. And it's interesting, I think the report we got last year showed that where there was, that dry spell, our varieties that are drought tolerant were able to actually cope in terms of, regaining back their vitality well after the, dry spell has, gone. And of course, if it is disease and pest, resistant to a high degree, the need for agrochemicals become low. And so the current challenge of high residue in our agricultural produce, especially for export, which is concerning, it's something that we are not also sleeping over. I think today the paper headline is showing toxic harvest or so, showing that there is concern about the level of residue, pesticide and agrochemical residue in products coming out of our production system meant for export. This has to do with the fact that different countries have their different tolerant level, and we just have to work to ensure that our farmers, as hard as they work, this little knowledge should not be denied to them so that they will be able to do the right thing and to get the premium price they so deserve after the hard work. The other aspect is, of course, good seeds these days should give you keeping quality. Because it's not just to have the product, you are also interested in nutrition. You are interested in how nutritious it is and how safe it is, in a manner that at the end of the day, it will not create more allergies than is known. So these are issues that are all intertwined in just one product, seed. So that is how powerful what we're discussing can be. And of course, with our food security situation, we're interested in ensuring that we're doing all year-round farming, which means even in our varietal selection or development, we must begin to look at the needs of our farmers in the field. We want to do more irrigation, and of course we have to have varieties that are more attuned to the irrigation production system. So there is quite a lot that what is being done here means to us, and we're going to do all we can to ensure that the right thing is done. And I think for the Seed Council, since we came on board, we've been working to support them to see how we can have more seed inspectors, because it's one of the human capacity gap we have identified, and I think they are working on that. And as a matter of strategy also, if you look at the fact that the reports showing clearly 70% of our seed demands is through the informal system. So that tells you that even the informal sector should get some attention. And I think we've been in talk with the DG and his team. The work done by the same Seed Council together with the Netherlands Foundation clearly told us that, look, 70 or more percent of your seed is coming from the informal system. And all of us know this to be true, because the companies are trying their best, but can they meet? We're talking about a country that produces under our production is said to be under 34 million hectares of land. Yet we have almost 73 or 74 million hectares. So the area, the room for expansion is there. And if what we are having based on the current production system is anything to go by, then I think Nigeria is the next hub for seed entrepreneurs to take a look at. And we have farmers who are very progressive, who know what is good, and they are ready to pay, because the willingness to pay is also another factor. If farmers see good yield, they are ready to pay. But then the sharp practices, which of course your scheme is also designed to ensure is cut out of the way, is something we're also concerned about. Because currently, definitely there are a lot of people who claim to be seed entrepreneurs, and they are just giving people grains, not seed. And unfortunately, if we don't have enough seed inspector, if we don't have good rules and regulations that are monitored, because the rules and regulations on their own cannot monitor the system. But then we should be able to also have rules and regulations that identify bad behavior and punish bad behavior in the course of it. So I think if this scheme can guarantee all of these things that I've said and more, then I think we're in good business. And I want to assure you that we'll do all we can to benefit from what these schemes represent. Our agricultural system is working. The President has so empowered us to follow the vision of not just food security, but food sovereignty. Producing what we consume and consuming what we produce. But at the same time also going to extra mile to guarantee that we can also export to the global market. And I think in doing so, we are where we have to conform to certain global standards.
Ladies and gentlemen, very good morning once again. Today, we are witnessing another historical milestone with the visitation of a powerful delegation from France, the OECD, that is Organization of Economic Operations and Development seed schemes. The OECD schemes provide an international framework for the certification of varietal identity and purity of agricultural seed movement in international trade. 64 countries from around the world currently participated in the OECD seed scheme. Nigeria was the number 62nd country to join. All seed controlling bodies like ISTA, UPOP, IST, ISF, AOSA, Europe Seed, AFSTA are all members. The evaluation mission to Nigeria. This team is made of 2 officers or staffs from France, Mr. Roland Christopher, and Ms. Aureline Nicot. Did I get it right? They are expected to carry out following activities in Nigeria. First, this is the first activity they are doing. This is the visitation to another ministry. A technical meeting with the management of National Agricultural Seed Council, visit to GOT fields, visit to DUS fields, visit again to NACS infrastructure, and meeting with SIDAN. Interaction with seed certification officers, interaction with the laboratory staffs. Ladies and gentlemen, the journey started 6 years ago after a meeting in Geneva and a subsequent visit to Sanso, South Africa. Nigeria physically attended technical working groups in Belarus, Aris, in 2019, annual general meeting in Vienna, 2019, in Milan, 2020, technical working group again in Livingstone, Zambia, an annual general meeting in Nice, France in 2024. In 2023, December, Nigeria was granted accession to seed schemes under 2 crops of sorghum and maize, where we have comparative advantage and we can add more crops as we progress. So far, 3 trainings have been done for our officers in July 2021 and September 2022, and another in August 2023. A total of 63 of our seed certification staffs so far under this scheme. The evaluation team visited Nigeria in October 2022, and they are here again post-accession to the scheme to check our progress, and another will be conducted hopefully next year in 2026. Nigeria is now OECD Africa Forum Secretary. In just the first year after joining, showing our leadership capacity in Africa, Nigeria has successfully trained seed system actors from Gambia, Sierra Leone, Liberia, Rwanda, Congo, and Benin Republic. Advantage of Nigerians' membership in OECD. The international seed system demands that all important players to be part of this trip of OECD, ISTA, and UPOP and Nigeria has successfully joined all the three organizations. Nigeria is strategically positioned in the ECOWAS as body of the nations to influence our countries to join this scheme. Ladies and gentlemen, with this, I think the National Agricultural Seed Council, with the help of our mother ministry, we've achieved what everybody will be proud of Nigeria, especially joining the OECD, the ISTA, and the UPOP, which are three important bodies internationally and recognized. And with this, our farmers or our companies have the advantage to trade within the Saharan and Africa, even international trade of seed.
Evaluation of Nigeria to access the OECD seed schemes, and that was a wonderful week at that time, with lots of meetings with the seed industry, but also with NASC officers, and looking at all the components of your seed policies and the implementation of your seed policies in the country. Out of this evaluation, Nigeria was granted the membership of the OECD seed schemes in 2023, and this week that will be a monitoring visit for us to see the progress that you made in the implementation of the rules and regulations of the OECD seed schemes in your country, to see if the points of improvement that we have highlighted during our evaluation mission in October 2022 has been implemented, and of course to help you to further implement your seed schemes in your country, benefiting from our expertise. It's a long time I'm part even in the seed industry in France, and I'm here as a French expert, and I'm here also to bring some tips, some advice for you to better improve, because the end and the objective of implementing the seed schemes is, as Aurelia said, is to contribute to providing high quality seeds to your farmer, so to contribute to food security for Nigeria, but also to contribute to the economic growth of your country by facilitating the trade with your neighboring countries in the ECOWAS region, but also beyond that region, and even to develop some partnerships with other parts of the world, and why not for partnering with Europe also. So I'm really glad to be here this week. I know that the program made by NASC to welcome us this week is quite full. I'm really happy to have the possibility to see again the facilities of NASC and to discuss with the policy officers, and also what is important to discuss with SIDAN, with the seed industry representatives in Nigeria, and to see how the seed industry is committed also to be part of that implementation of the OECD seed schemes.
To implement the seed schemes in the country, and this is why we are coming this week to observe. We have, as you said, 64 member countries currently in the OECD seed schemes, and 12 of them are in Africa. So we really see a big expansion on the African continent, which we are very pleased about. We sincerely believe that the OECD seed scheme contributes to being able to reach food security goal and to the development of sustainable agricultural system in the countries. It helps improving farmers' livelihood and more generally probably contributes to the whole economic growth, given that seed is really the start of the food system, and you cannot do anything in agriculture without seeds. So we are confident that being part of the OECD seed scheme will serve to the development of Nigeria. We look forward to this week and to observe all the progress that was made since 2022. So much has been said, and like the minister said at the meeting, when we have improved seed, we'll be able to feed more, and that is the take-home from this, meeting today. And it is hoped that the partnership between the France and Nigeria is going to yield more result. From here at the headquarters of the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, I am Khadija Oluwatoyin saying bye for now. The program Agric Today.